Hello and welcome to part 3 of our video series of how to get set up and working on Modius 360 in under 20 minutes. We're still aiming for that goal. Hopefully we make it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to begin making the very first step that we should do, and that is a task. And so underneath operations on the navigation menu, if you expand that, you'll see that tasks is right there. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to be presented with the tasks listing. And so we're going to just come over here and click add new task. Now a task is something that you want to track. It is going to be what your employees, when they start a job, this is something they're going to do. So let's say, for instance, I had a car wash, and I had, washing, I had buffing, vacuuming, any different task that I would want to track, and I'd want to track my employees' time specifically. A task would be one of those. In our fictional company here, we're a supplement company is what we're saying, and so I want to have a task. I want to know when they are filling bottles. And so that's the task that I want to track. And so I'm just going to call it filling bottles. And we're going to skip skills for now. We'll go into that in more detail in another video. But I'm going to put a quoting rate, and this is the rate that I would charge if I was going to bill for this time. So if I was a carpenter and I billed out something at $65 an hour or anything like that. With this particular business that we're doing, I'm going to charge for a bottle of supplements. I'm not necessarily going to actually charge for their time. I'm not billing out my employees for that amount of time. So what I want to do is although I don't need a quoting rate, I do want to capture costs. So I do want them to clock into this. I want to know how much time they're spent filling bottles, but I don't necessarily want to, generate a price of what it takes to fill these bottles. So for the time being, for this particular task, I'm going to just put a 0 in there for $0. My task description is I'm going to put fill bottles using filling machines. Estimated labor rate. Now what this is this is going to be used to generate an estimated cost for comparison when you are doing your job costing. And so estimated labor rate, you can see there's a little icon here that says estimated average rolled up labor rate. This is the estimated labor rate of somebody doing this task. And so you may have different employees in your business that, you may have a $10 employee and you may have $20 or $30 employees. And obviously, if you have a task that you've planned on using a lower paid employee and you have a really expensive employee doing it, obviously you're going to have an overrun on your costs. And so with this, you're going to estimate the average hour of labor. And you want that to be rolled up. So if you're paying a guy $10 an hour with taxes, everything like that, let's call it 13. So I'm going to say that this is this is going to cost me $13 an hour to perform this. For my estimated hours and my time interval, we're going to go into that in more detail in another video when we go on costing and overheads. But right now we're going to leave those blank. We're also going to leave inventory items blank because we're not going to deal with that right at this moment. Right now, we're just going to try to get to where we can get guys working on a job, and so I'm not going to have any of that right now. We've also got our lock tasks to skills, which we will talk about during our skills video, and we also have a sign-off field, which we will also discuss during a different video. And through the magic of editing, you'll see that my save button now says update, but yours will say save. Go ahead and click that, and it will give you your task right here. And so with that, you've added your first task. Go ahead and feel free to add some additional tasks. I always recommend that people start simple and start very small with their tasks. It's very easy to overwhelm yourself and your employees by trying to document everything. But really, if you can define kind of what you're doing with just a handful of tasks to get started, to kind of you know, step into the water, it will really make things a lot easier for you.